Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Onyara, and I talk everything self-mastery, personal development, and just everyday life experiences and how we can take the lessons from those experiences to live a more purposeful, fulfilling, and magical life. Today I want to come here and talk about one of the biggest things that lowers our energy: comparison. I know that we all do it. I know that I've done it myself, and I know that I've had to come up with boundaries for myself so that I don't compare myself to others and where I think or what I believe I should be. I've noticed that this happens for a lot of us, and if you don't take charge of this and create a practice of when you notice that you're comparing yourself to others, when you notice that you're comparing yourself, to switch that and make it a habit to come back to the present, to come back and remind yourself where you are, that you have your own path. Because the thing is we don't know what is taking people to show up the way that they are showing up. Society more like celebrates our professional achievements, but nobody really sees your personal achievements and the things that you do within yourself. So when we're comparing ourselves to others, it's not fair to them and it's not fair to us, because we don't know what they've been through, not just externally, but internally within themselves, what battles they've had to fight within themselves, what they've had to reprogram themselves to do. And if you're someone that's committed to personal development, you know that it's not easy to reprogram your mind for something different. And it wouldn't be fair to yourself, because you have your own path, you have your own desires, you have your own skills, you have your own gifts, you have your own way that you will figure this out. Because in your journey, on the way there, on the way to your goals, you will become someone, and that someone cannot be anybody else that's out there. And so there is no point in comparison. And for me, like I said, like I shared with you, I had to create boundaries for myself so I would stop this habit of comparing myself. And even as a life coach, my coaching journey as a life coach with other coaches that I knew, and what I was seeing in their social medias, and just how I was seeing that they were showing up and the things that they were doing. And one of the boundaries I had to implement in my life was to notice those moments of comparison and when it was coming up, and those people that it was coming up for me. And a lot of it was through Instagram. And so I started creating this habit of, I'm not the person that's wasting time on Instagram looking at other people's stories, looking at what they're doing, instead of being focused on my own shape, on my own, where am I going? What am I doing? And yes, I still go and I spend time on Instagram. And if I do catch myself comparing, I automatically get out of whatever page made me compare myself and remind myself I am exactly where I need to be. I have my own path that's going to show me who I am. It's going to show me more of who I am. And nobody else can show me that. And I can't see what any of these people have fought to be where they are, whether that was internally or externally. I don't know that. I can only see where they are right now. I don't know how long it took them to get there. I only know what I see. Realize that a lot of what we see is what people are wanting to show us. And yes, some of us, I don't mind sharing vulnerable moments of my life, but I'm not going to share all the vulnerable moments in my life. Some of those things are very private to me. Some of those things belong only to me, and I don't want to share them. And that's okay. And so my point is that we're not sharing everything. Not everybody's sharing everything with you. And so the comparison game is really a self-sabotage game where you're sabotaging yourself. You're just putting energy into this low energetic thoughts where you feel not good enough, where you feel like you're not doing enough. And you just put more pressure, more stress, and it's just not good for your health. It's not good for your decisions. It's not good for how you're going to act, for your behaviors. Comparison doesn't lead you anywhere if you're not taking action. And there's a difference between comparison and reflection. You can reflect upon other success. You can reflect upon you, who you were yesterday, who you were last year, right? And reflecting upon that, come up with new goals and set new goals upon yourself. And you can do the same for others. You can reflect upon what they're doing. You can get creative. You can get ideas from what they're doing. Comparison is a low energetic form of reflection. It's just, there's no comparison here. There's only reflection. Maybe whoever just came across you that you think is you're supposed to be comparing to is showing you a different part of how you can be, another part of your potential. So notice how you can switch that comparison pattern into and reprogram it to empower you to do better, to take action. And if it is taking a toll on your actions or your behaviors or your attitude or your energy, notice that, be aware of that, and change it. Do something about it. If you can no longer be spending time on Instagram because you notice that you keep comparing yourself, then make the habit of getting out of there and only going in there with the intention of what you need to do. I go in there just to look at reels so I can get creative. So I decide, oh, I'm gonna go for an hour, look at reels, spend some time here, get a little creative, fun, laugh a little, and then I go and I do that. No comparison, just fun, just laughter, just creativeness, ideas. There was an intention behind it, right? Just getting clear on that so that we don't catch ourselves on a pattern of comparison. Because if we catch ourselves on this pattern of comparison, we catch ourselves on a pattern that keeps lowering our energy. Therefore, we keep self-sabotaging ourselves. I hope you found this video helpful in some way. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. I love you, and I will see you next time.